If you're still breathing today, if you can still hear this voice, then this story is for you. It's not about fearing age. It's not about counting time, but about understanding life more gently. Many people ask themselves, why does life feel different after we get older? The answer isn't in the numbers. It isn't in the years. It's in the way we see, feel, and accept. Imagine a long journey. The road is no longer crowded. The pace is no longer fast, but each step feels more meaningful. Here, life doesn't shout. Life whispers softly. It's not about getting stronger. It's about getting calmer. It's not about adding more. It's about feeling enough. We're talking about a peaceful mind, warm relationships, and the simple meaning of life. No complicated words. No heavy terms. Just stories that feel like old friends. Imagine a quiet morning. Soft light pours into the room. A slow breath is drawn in. Nothing is being chased. Nothing is being demanded. Just being present in the moment. If you want to understand why longevity isn't about surviving, but about completing the journey gracefully. If you want to feel accompanied, understood, and appreciated, then sit comfortably. Take a slow breath. This journey will begin with a warm story and end with peace in your heart. Imagine a long road that stretches for almost a century. Many steps have been taken. Much rain and sunshine have passed. And at the end of that road, it's not fatigue that we see, but a deep calm. Today, we'll talk about a question that often lingers in the hearts of many. Why don't many seniors live past 90? Not with numbers. Not with stiff words. But with a warm story, like an afternoon conversation. On a window seat watching the sun slowly set. Welcome. You're not alone here. Let's walk slowly together. Before we go any further, if this video made you feel heard, appreciated, and accompanied, please support this channel by subscribing, giving it a like, and sharing it with your loved ones. Your support is like a warm cup of tea. That makes this journey more comfortable for many seniors around the world. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Now, let's continue. 90 years is a long journey. 90 years is not the finish line of a race. It is a resting point after a very long journey. Imagine a traveler who has traveled the world. He doesn't stop because he can't walk anymore, but because he has seen almost everything he wanted to see. At this age, life is no longer a sprint. Life moves slowly, with deeper breaths. And that's not weakness. It's wisdom. Imagine an old clock on the wall of your house. For decades, it ticked without stopping. It ushered in the morning. It accompanied the night. It witnessed laughter, tears, and prayers. In old age, the clock still ticks, but each tick is softer. Not because it's broken. Not because it's failed. But because it has worked faithfully for too long. A long life isn't about being fast or slow. A long life is about being sufficient and meaningful. A 90-year-old body is like an old house full of memories. Every corner holds a story. Every crack holds an experience. This house doesn't need major renovations. It just needs gentle care and quiet. If the door used to open quickly, now it wants to be opened slowly. To keep the wind from blowing too hard. And that makes perfect sense. Sometimes a 90-year-old body is like a precious old vehicle. The engine still runs, but it doesn't like to be driven fast. It says quietly, don't rush. I can still walk, as long as you enjoy it. And honestly, vehicles like that are usually the most precious. Imagine a small lamp that has illuminated many people. It gives light to family, to children, to grandchildren. To others it doesn't even know. In its advanced age, the lamp still burns, but its light is now softer and warmer, and a warm light is often more beautiful than a bright one. It's not that 90 is fragile, it's that life is so full. It's not that the body is giving up, it's that it's asking for peace. Let these words linger in your heart for a moment. If you're watching this video and you're already far along in life, remember one thing. You're not late. You're not left behind. You're a living example. Every breath you take today is a precious little gift. It doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be fast. Just be present. Just breathe. Just be grateful. Imagine the afternoon sun. It's not hot. It's not dazzling. Just warm and calm. 90 is like the afternoon sun. It's not noisy. It's not rushed. But it's beautiful. If someone passes away after this age, it's not a loss. It's the completion of a meaningful journey. Today, we learn that age is not the enemy. Time is not our enemy. They are old friends who accompany us on our journey through life. And if one day the pace slows down, it's not a sign to stop. It's a sign that life is being lived wisely. Stay warm. Stay calm. And remember, you matter. Next, we will discuss how thoughts and feelings become vital companions in life. Imagine two people sitting on the same park bench. They are the same age. The sky above them is the same. Yet one appears calm, while the other appears restless. What's the difference? It's not the strength of their bodies. It's not the length of their strides. It's the voice in their minds. And the feelings in their hearts. We will journey together, understanding how a peaceful mind can make life's journey feel lighter. Even after we've passed 90, the mind in old age is like the wind that accompanies a boat. The boat may be old, but the direction of the wind determines whether the journey feels heavy or calm. If the wind blows gently, the boat moves slowly but steadily. If the wind is rough, the same boat will feel heavier. Even though the sea remains unchanged, that's how the mind is. It's not about how far we age, but how we view the journey. The mind is like a pair of glasses. If the glasses are dark, the world looks gloomy, even when the sun is shining. If the glasses are clear, even a cloudy day still looks beautiful. At 90 and beyond, those glasses are often more important than new shoes. Because how we see life determines comfort more than walking speed. Thoughts don't make us younger, but they can make the day feel lighter. Imagine life as a long journey with a bag we carry. In youth, the bag is often filled with many things. Ambitions, worries, and things to prove. In old age, the bag should become lighter, not because we lose something, but because we choose what to carry. Old anger can be left behind. Long regrets can be let go. What remains is a sense of contentment and peace. The mind in old age is sometimes like an old radio. If played too loud, the sound becomes noisy, but if turned down, old music actually sounds more beautiful and soothing. And funny thing is, old songs are often more meaningful than new songs. Feelings are like a garden. The feelings of old age are like a small garden in your backyard. If tended patiently, planted with gratitude, and watered with acceptance, the garden remains beautiful even though the seasons have changed many times. It doesn't need big flowers. It doesn't need flashy colors. Just a few small flowers blooming slowly but faithfully. A peaceful heart makes the day warmer. A calm mind makes your steps lighter. Age doesn't determine the quality of the day. The attitude of the heart does. Let these words linger for a moment in your heart. If you're in your later years, remember one important thing. You don't need to please everyone. You don't need to prove anything. You are enough. You have already given. You've already lived. Today, if you can sit quietly, take a deep breath, and smile a little, that's a huge victory. Imagine a quiet morning. A cup of warm drink in your hand. Soft light coming through the window. Nothing to chase. Nothing to demand. Just be present in the moment. That's the power of thought and feeling in old age. On this journey, we've learned that thought and feeling are our most loyal travel companions. When the body begs for rest, a peaceful mind makes that rest feel beautiful, not terrifying. And when the day goes by more slowly, a calm heart makes every moment meaningful. Be gentle with yourself. Stay calm. And remember, peace is a gift we can experience every day. Next, we'll discuss something that's often invisible, but deeply felt, as we age: relationships, togetherness, and companionship. Imagine a house at night. The lights aren't very bright. They're not fancy. But there's a small light on. That light conveys a simple message. Someone's here. And often, that feeling of, someone's here, is more important than many other things. Humans don't walk alone. We are born with touch. We grow with sound. We learn to live through companionship, at 90 and beyond. That need doesn't disappear. It becomes simpler and more honest. It's no longer about crowds, but about genuine presence. Relationships in old age are like a small fire in a fireplace. Not big, not burning high, but enough to warm the room. Enough to make the night feel welcoming. That fire doesn't need big logs. Just a few small pieces, as long as it is looked after with full attention. That's how relationships are. It's not the amount that matters, but the warmth. No need for many people. No need for crowds. Just one or two attendances which makes the heart feel safe. Have you seen an empty chair near you, but it feels like it? The seat wasn't actually empty. Sometimes, enough to know that someone cares, although not always physically present, already made the seat feel filled. Relationships in old age. It's often like that. Not many words, not much activity. But there is a sense of connection. Relationships often become more honest and real. No need for long pleasantries. Sometimes just saying, "Have you eaten?" or "The weather feels calm today." And strangely enough, that simple sentence often feels more profound than long conversations from a young age. Relationships as bridges of time. Relationships also serve as bridges between the past and the present. When someone listens to an old story, they are essentially saying, "Your journey mattered," and for the elderly, it's a precious gift. Not because they want to be remembered, but because they want to be acknowledged. A small presence can bring great warmth. Listening is a form of affection. Relationships don't have to be crowded to be meaningful. Let these words linger in your heart. If you're watching this and feel the days getting quieter, remember one thing: silence doesn't always mean loneliness. Sometimes, it's space to feel presence more deeply. And if today one person greets you, or one small message arrives, it's a sign that you're still connected. Imagine a quiet afternoon. Two people sitting side by side. Not much talking. But there's a small smile. There's a sense of comfort. That's relationship in old age. Not harsh, not demanding, but deeply meaningful. This time, we learn that relationships are a warm blanket. On the journey of old age, when the body cries out for rest, the presence of another person makes that rest felt safe. And when the days feel long, the feeling of company makes time pass more pleasantly. Keep an open heart. Remain gentle. And remember, you are not walking alone. Next, we will discuss the most silent, yet most powerful, things in life's long journey. The meaning of life, acceptance, and contentment. Imagine a thick book, almost entirely filled with pages. Not just with neat writing, but with scribbles, tears, laughter, and prayers. That book doesn't need long, new pages. It just needs to be read quietly and closed with gratitude. Life no longer asks us to run further. Life asks just one simple question: are you enough? Enough doesn't mean having everything. Enough means no longer feeling like you're lacking. And that's a form of wealth that's rarely talked about. Imagine a glass of water. At a young age, we often want it to be full to the brim. In old age, we learn that a few sips of clear water are enough to quench our thirst. An incomplete glass is not a failed glass. It's a glass wisely understood. Enough isn't about having plenty. Enough is about being at peace. Imagine a travel suitcase that has been carried around the world. In old age, the suitcase is finally put down. Not simply because it's tired, but because the journey has been lived wholeheartedly. When the suitcase is put down, your shoulders feel lighter. Your breath feels deeper. That's acceptance. In old age, life often becomes more honest. Small things seem important. Big things seem simple. Sometimes he laughed and said, "It turns out all I really need is a comfortable chair and a quiet day." And that isn't a flaw. It's wisdom. The meaning of life in old age. The meaning of life at 90 is no longer about what one will achieve. The meaning of life is about what one has already given. Every small act of kindness, every bit of patience, every bit of love shared. All of that is not lost. They live on in the hearts of others. A meaningful life doesn't have to be long. A meaningful life is a sincere life. Age doesn't diminish value. Age actually confirms it. Let these words sink in slowly. Imagine the sunset slowly setting on the horizon. It's not dazzling, it's not hot, but its color is the most beautiful of the day. Very old age is the sunset of life, and sunset is not a sign of loss. Sunset is a gentle beauty. If you're following this story and you've aged far, know one thing. You don't have to be anything anymore. You don't have to prove anything anymore. Your mere existence is enough. Enough. Every day you live is a complete little gift. And always remember, a life lived with the heart is never wasted. If today you can still hear this voice, if your eyes can still follow the images on the screen, if your breath still rises and falls calmly, then know one important thing. This day still matters, not because of age, not because of strength, but because you are still here, and your existence is something truly precious. Uniting the entire journey with gratitude in life's long journey. We have all gone through many seasons. There have been sunny days. There have been cloudy days. There have been days that felt very heavy. And there have been days filled with small smiles. All of these shape who we are today. No journey is wasted. No step is truly lost. Every experience, good or difficult, has made this life whole. Imagine a ship that has sailed a very long way. It has weathered great waves. It has seen many stars. It has visited many ports. Now, the ship is in calmer waters. Not because the ship is weak, but because the journey has been lived wholeheartedly. And in those calm waters, we can take a deeper breath. If you are far along in your life, allow yourself to walk more slowly. No need to compare. No need to chase. Just be present. Just breathe. Just enjoy today. Sometimes, the most beautiful life is the unhurried one. You're enough. Your life is meaningful. Each day is a small gift. Imagine the sunset slowly setting on the horizon. It's not dazzling. It's not hot. But its color is warm and beautiful. That's life in old age. Calm, meaningful, and worthy of appreciation. A sincere thank you for taking the time to listen. Thank you for being part of this warm space. Your presence brings this video to life. If this message touched your heart, please hit the like button so more seniors can find the same peace. Share this video with loved ones who might need it. Subscribe to this channel, and turn on the notification bell, so you'll always be accompanied by tender and meaningful stories. And if you'd like, leave a comment below, just one simple sentence about something small you're grateful for today. Always remember, life isn't measured by how long it lasts, but by how deeply we live it. And if you can still smile today, even a small one, that's more than enough. Until we meet again, stay warm, stay calm, and may your days be always filled with peace and gratitude.